I unlocked his phone and I found out that he had a one-night stand, and that one-night stand was pregnant. Okay, let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's very first episode of Hot Mess Memoirs is to pretty much deep dive into my past. If you guys don't know, I am 35 years old and I will be turning 36 in October. And there's no shame in that, but I have lived a life, let me tell you. Literally, Hot Mess Memoirs has that name because my past has been a hot mess. My choices in men, very bad. My childhood, not so great. Like, love both my parents to death. But I come from a broken home, and that alone, you know, you go through things. That's for another session. Today, I'm going to focus on my relationship after my very first love and before I had my daughter. So this one is fucked. This story is messed up. It has scarred me. Let's get into it. I started dating when I was quite young. I was boy crazy. I had daddy issues. I searched for love in the wrong places, but I can sit here and say that my very, very first proper love was when I was 18. I was actually dating a guy who just wasn't right for me, and I had met my first love through friends of my current boyfriend at the time. I ended up leaving said boyfriend for the man that ended up being my first love. So we dated when I was 18 and a half until about just before I turned 22. Everything was great. It was just a wrong time for me. I didn't know what I wanted at the time. I was just a girl. I had so much trauma that I had to deal with. It was just one of those things where it didn't work. I have nothing bad to say about him at all, but once we broke up, I went out into the dating scene. My means of meeting people was on Plenty of Fish. Just do not judge me. Okay, we're listening and we're not judging. This is a safe space. So I met the new love interest, Frank. We'll call him Frank, on Plenty of Fish. He was of English descent, so he had the accent and everything. It was appealing to me because it was something different, and at that time I was kind of obsessed with English things. Like, I was watching adulthood, kidulthood, I was watching Skins, I was watching Green Street Hooligan. So it was very intriguing to have met someone of that descent with the accent, because I was like, yeah, something shiny, something new, I love this. So we started talking, seemed fine, we went on our date. But again, like I said, I was dealing with daddy issues, so I was just, any attention was good attention in my eyes, which it definitely isn't. But back then, that's what I thought and that's what I dealt with. So, you know, at that time, it's like he liked me, we seemed to be getting on, and that was that. So we were dating, I think, for a good solid 3 months. And when I say dating, I think we went on like 3 dates or 4 dates. One where we went out and the rest were like at his house. And I thought it was like so strange because we hadn't slept together yet. And it always like made me feel weird. Here I am with daddy issues, and that's like how I felt loved back then. He was giving me attention, but I also craved his attention because he wasn't like every other guy that wanted to get in my pants. And then I found out he was trying to quit smoking, because I also smoked back then. I know, disgusting, but again, safe space, we're not judging. And he was on a medication called Champax, where it helps you quit smoking cigarettes, but it also has a pink label on it that tells you that it can cause depression and anxiety and all these things. He had like told me, because he was like, I'm sorry, I've been weird. You know, you're an amazing girl, blah, blah, blah. But it just wasn't working out because he was dealing with whatever. And at that time, we had not slept together. I need to preface this, okay? Because this whole situationship lasted about a year, and 3 months in, we hadn't slept together. So we decided to end things, which was fine. I was kind of hurt because, again, chasing the wrong men, chasing the wrong attention, and It just makes me so sick to even say that, but I've healed from that and I've grown, so I know and I'm very aware. But yeah, so we ended things. A month later, he messages me and he's like, oh my God, Lulu, I've made the worst mistake. I miss you so much. I'm not on Champax anymore. Can we just start again? I said, yep, cool. Because at that time I wasn't dating anyone, I wasn't talking to anyone. I said yes to Frank. We hit things right off again. At this time I was living in a share house and renting like a small room in a part of Melbourne, and they didn't want to renew the lease with the rest of us. So I had to like find a place to move out. On top of that, I got promoted from my job, which if you live in Melbourne, I got promoted in a store in Geelong, which is like quite far away. And I accepted that, not knowing that I wasn't going to be living in the house that I was living at. So I was freaking out. I have a week to move out. What the fuck do I do? Frank was like, dude, I live 20 minutes away from Geelong. Like, you can just move in with me. I know, I'm going to pause. That sounds so stupid. Lulu, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? But in my mind, I was like, oh my God, the stars are all aligning. He came back. I got a promotion. I'm getting essentially kicked out from my housemate's like place. What do I do? And then lo and behold, Frank is like, come live with me. So I said yes. I was like 20 minutes away from my new place. Cool. Whatever. Moved my room into his house. I had my stuff in a separate room. So it never really felt like we were moving in together. Like, I had my own room. See, things were already strange to begin with. Like, we hadn't slept together. We just got back together, sort of like seeing each other. Became exclusive very quickly. I moved in and I had my own room. So stupid. I live there and I go to work. Easy peasy, 20 minutes away. It's great. By this time, it's been up, I think we've slept together like twice. It was weird. Even fucking like me like romantically, but he said he does, but he just had intimacy issues and I just went with it. He was a cabinet maker, which I think is like a kitchen fitter. I don't know. I don't even want to remember, but he would like fly interstate and shit for work, which at the time didn't seem very weird. But 3 months in to me moving there, and we had slept together like maybe twice, he would drink heavily. And when I say heavily, it was like every day. He wouldn't get fully drunk. Most weekends he would. And if you want to know something about me, I don't like to drink heavily. I did smoke cigarettes, but I never did drugs. I never did any of that. And I'm very proud to say that. That's why I'm prefacing this. So he was passed out and I had that spidey sense in my stomach to like look through his phone. So I unlocked his phone. I didn't know his password, but I figured it out. It was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And I found out that he had a one night stand in the month that we had stopped seeing each other. And that one night stand girl was pregnant. What the fuck? She was fucking pregnant. I didn't know what to do at that time. Like, even thinking about it now, my hands were shaking. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So I wake him up naturally. I smashed the phone. I went bang with the phone on his head. I was like, I don't give a fuck. You're not fucking sleeping while I'm finding all this out. He was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. He didn't know. He panicked. He woke up and was like, no, I've ended things. And I go, no, in these messages, she's literally harassing you, saying that she's going to keep the baby. Like, what the fuck is going on? And he's just like, no, please don't leave. I love you, blah, blah, blah. Dude, we've had sex a whole of 2 times in 3 months and I live here. Yet you're having conversations 24/7 with this chick that's pregnant. What are you going to do? Anyway, he was just like, she's going to get rid of it. I don't talk to her anymore. You can check all of the messages. I don't talk to her anymore. So fast forward another 3 months. So at this time, it's been like, what, 9 months? Again, we had maybe slept together one other time. And he was like, oh, I want to take you meet my grandma and my family in England. At this time, I was like, okay, things seem to be doing okay. I've always wanted to go to London. I've always wanted to go to England. And I said yes. This is just fucked. The week of, I think it was like a couple of days before. I don't know. It was a couple of days before we had to fly out. So my money was already in. Everything was in. Everything was set with his parents and everything. Like, we were all going to fly together because by this time we had moved into a different we it was a bigger house and we were living with his mum and his dad. And he was doing his usual drinking on the weekend. I went upstairs to sleep because drinking is, again, not my thing. And I woke up, and instead of like opening the door to go to the bathroom really loudly, I thought, just be quiet. It was, again, my spidey senses, which you will find throughout these hot mess memoirs, that gut instinct is legit for me. Like, I will find things out with just the spidey sensey gut feeling. I opened the door silently, and I could hear like murmuring downstairs, and I was like, what, who the fuck is he talking to? So I like creep down the stairs. I remember it was like yesterday. I was creeping down the stairs around the corner. So like you go down the stairs and then you have to like go around the stairs, and then there's the living room. I could hear him talking to his ex-girlfriend, and I'll just pause here because the thing is, he used to live in Queensland. So I live in Victoria, in Melbourne, and he used to live in Queensland, and he had an ex-girlfriend up in Queensland. This ex-girlfriend used to get on drugs with him, and like they used to drink together and have that kind of toxic fun, I guess, and like that kind of intimacy and bonding time, which he didn't have with me. He used to drag her through the mud every time we spoke about her. But I always knew that he never got over her. Yeah, okay, let's just bring the story back. So I came down, could hear him talking to her. We'll just call her Becky. So he was talking to Becky saying, I miss you, I can't wait to see you again, whatever. I'm standing there, smoke, fire, everything. I could feel it in my, I was so angry. Dude, not only did you knock up someone when we went together, which is fine, whatever, I give you a grace period, like we went together, but Becky, sorry? I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my God, I've made a big mistake. The same old fucking story. She messaged me, she reached out, she said she missed me. I guess I miss her too because it was toxic and I need to break this habit, and like I have the most perfect person in front of me, blah, blah, blah. Please, please don't break up with me. Please don't break up with me. Watching this man cry and grovel and sulk. His mum comes running down the stairs. What the hell is going on? He's talking to Becky. I looked at her and said, because I knew for a fact she hated her. And she was like, what? Frank, what are you doing talking to her? Whatever. Mum scolded him. Cool. We're all outside having a cigarette. We're all talking about it. And his mum was like, no, I don't want you talking to her ever again. Blah, blah. Right? We're going to go on holidays in literally 2 days. What's the issue? You know, let's just go. I looked at him and I was like, I don't want to fucking go, but I mean, all my money is sunken into this fucking holiday. I've taken time off work. I'm just going to go, and I don't know where we stand. And he goes, you know, let's just start again, close again, and be friends. And I just went, whatever, I just want to enjoy my holiday. Fast forward, we get to the holiday. We're on the plane. Again, he's drinking, he's calling me boring because I don't want to drink. You need to know one thing about me, I hate flying. I will sleep the whole time. I will sleep the whole time and only wake up when someone says chicken or beef. Like, that's the only time I wake up, or if I need to go to the toilet, if that, because I'm so fucking dehydrated. I do not love flying. I feel sick. Just let me sleep. Let me do my thing. This is why they say traveling with your partner will tell you everything, because it's like such a big deal. We're on the plane, okay? He goes to the bathroom. Babe, can you hold my phone? I'm like, sure. Spidey senses. Nah, I'm gonna go through this. Like, why would I do this to myself, like on a plane? But me back then, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking do it. So I look through his phone. Not only did I find out that he went back to the girl that he had a one-night stand with and had sex with her again, got her pregnant again, but she kept the baby. That's one thing. The second thing I found out was that he was flying interstate to see Becky. So the reason why he wasn't sleeping with me was because he was sleeping with his ex-girlfriend and his now baby mama. And this is me finding all this out on the flight to London to meet his family. Fuck. I'm embarrassed to even say that. Like, I'm so embarrassed to even say this whole fucking story. It was fucked. I felt like a prisoner. That whole holiday, he tarnished Big Ben, he tarnished it. London Eye, he tarnished everything on that trip. His family knew that we went together. I just wanted to get the fuck out of there so quick. And it was just so hard, like dealing with that alone, but like also sticking around for God knows what fucking reason now. I don't even know when I think about it. There was a time when we were in London in Piccadilly Circuit or whatever, in front of M&M Land, and we were like going to a club called Zoo, I think, and he saw a guy and wanted to buy he ended up getting scammed and they gave him like cardboard in like wrapped in foil or whatever. And I was laughing the whole time, and he verbally abusing me because he was like, you don't understand it, you're boring, you don't like to have fun. I'm so sorry that I'm boring, that I don't like to do drugs and like get blackout drunk. I didn't know that that's what you consider boring. His family loved me, absolutely loved me. Didn't know what his problem was the whole time. All I was thinking, not wait for this week to be over so I can go home and silently move out before he comes home. I had emailed my work and told them that I was taking an extra week off. As soon as we landed and as soon as he left to go to work, I emptied that fucking house. I left. I left then and there, and I never looked back. It was just messed up because even like the aftermath of everything was messed up. The girl that he ended up getting pregnant, he ended up with her. So he jumped pretty much with her. She had their child. And because he was messaging me during that time and I was responding, I wasn't responding in the way that I wanted him, because I absolutely did not. I got a phone call from her when I was at work, and she pretty much was accusing me of like trying to take him. And I just went, absolutely fucking not. He's all yours, babe. I'm not interested. And so then from her, broke up with her, I think, and then moved back to Queensland, and he had found someone else and had 2 other babies. Again, he was reaching out to me. He did want to meet up, and I just said no. I also got a call off his baby mama from up there, and I had to clarify to her that that's not my intention to him. He had called me and pretty much told me that he had a secret and stuff, and it made a lot of sense as to why we didn't work out. But I ended up finding out that more about his sexuality and things like that, which is so fine, and he felt comfortable telling me, but his baby mama was accusing me of wanting him, which was not the case at all. He was just being open, and yeah, from what I've seen or heard through the grapevine is that he is no longer with her either. So yeah, I did do a podcast called Gossip Therapy, which I haven't done for a very long time because all my friends are always busy. But when I started Gossip Therapy, the girl that he had a one-night stand with, that he had a kid with, did follow me on those pages. I don't think she thinks I know that it's her, but I definitely know it's her. I have no problems with her whatsoever. If she wanted to reach out and chat, I'm down to chat. It was a long time ago, and we're both mums, so if you're watching this, then reach out, girl. Yeah, that is one of my relationship traumas that I had to deal with. It gave me a lot of trust issues, and I wish I had seen the red flag sooner, especially because we weren't that physically intimate. I should have known something was off. Yeah, who are we if we don't go through these things, The first episode of Hot Mess Memoirs. Frank, if you're watching this, thanks for fucking me up, okay? Like, you gave me some trauma. But yes, if you guys got this far, please drop an emoji below, leave your comments or any other questions you have for me, and I'll be happy to get those to you. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Appreciate that so much. And if you do love this content and you love getting to know me and all of that, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.